So, you might notice that there appears to be a hole in my base. so, I'm not really sure why there's a hole in my base. That obviously that poses a small problem. Someone's come in and not really taken a lot. They've just kind of... I wonder if they did what I did and shot themselves. Yeah, they may have taken some things, but nothing really of huge significance. So I have a hole to repair in my base, which is interesting. So so I'm gonna go and do that. Right, well there we are. One hole repaired. Right, they've taken some stuff, but so they've taken a sharpening stone, because I did have a sharpening stone. They have taken a bunch of ammo. Where are we? They have taken a bunch of ammo, because this was considerably more full than this. But I mean, they didn't take the drum mag, and they didn't take a bunch of other bits and pieces and so on, which is, well, that's fine. That's ammo. I've got a whole shelter full of ammo over at Sparrow. They didn't take any of my base building gear. They didn't take my jacket. They didn't take the glow plug. They didn't take any of that. I thought I had another vest with some nades in. I feel like I had way more than 2. So I think they've taken my vest and grenades. And they didn't take my Mosin, so I've swapped over to my Mosin. They didn't take my startup gear or anything like that, as far as I can tell. That one is ruined. Why am I carrying that around if it's ruined? So yeah, so there you go. Bit of a shame, because that now means that somebody knows we're here. But I guess they'll have, if they weren't interested in what was there, they'll go, nah, not interested. So, I hope anyway. So so maybe eventually 1 wall thick is not enough, and we've got to go out to 2 walls. That kind of thing. So yeah, don't know. Anyway, that's the way it is with bases. So we are going to stop here, and we're still going to check our map. And the plan is still the plan, which for our plan is go visit the militaries and get more grenades. So I don't think, well, I haven't been to Adamau, so I think what we'll do is we'll head across the top of to Poland, and we'll head out to Adamau just to have a look at it, because I don't know if I've ever been there. And then we will, I don't think we want to go to Maratin. We might just head across country to Doesn't look like there's any military there. And then we'll head up to Copacabana. And if there's nothing at Copacabana, we might carry on. Don't want to go over there. Krasnik looks like it's military, and we'll try that. And we know that there's this military on the outskirts of Tarnow. So that's the plan, right? And we're traveling light because we don't have a bag, and we are bringing our Mosin, and we are carrying some gear, a frying pan, a can opener, some tets. I can probably leave some of those behind, to be fair. Chlorine, stuff, things. If I needed to do fishing, I've got enough stuff to build a fishing rod. I've got water, I've got this, I've got that, I've got everything in between. So yeah, so traveling light. That's the key, traveling light. Okay, so we're going to leave the, what are we leaving behind? Oh, too many tets. That's right, too many tets. We'll put them in the fireplace. Nobody seems to give a monkeys about the fireplace. So yeah, so let's go do that. And I'll bring you in if anything magical or tragical happens, shall I? See you soon. Now, there's something you don't see every day. Huh. Cure again. I realize I probably didn't give you guys a chance to see the base in daylight that I'm talking about to Poland. So we obviously got this block. They also had a tent up on that block. So I reckon they've got all of these blocks and that block, which also has a base on top of it. And who knows how many rooms in and around the actual tower blocks they have themselves. Anyway, that's the that's the one I wanted you to have a look at. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. But one mountain at a time, right? Kiora, we've not been here before. So this is Adamau. Adamau. Let's just double check that. Adamau. We're up on the hill looking down towards the town, and it's got a church and it's got a market. That's what it's called, a market, not a store or a dairy. And I don't know, it doesn't look like it's got a water place in it as much as I can see, which is a bit of a surprise, but there is a little pool of water outside the town we can always grab. Oh yeah, there it is, I see it, sorry. It's right there, next to the store. So it does have water, and we could do with some water. But yeah, what we're going to do is going to have a little bit of a nose around. I'll leave it on and do a bit of a time lapse for running around, but server's going to restart soon, so yeah, might get kicked off midway. But I'll see you soon. Well, yeah, there you are. There's the little pond. Adamau, everybody. You know, a little town with some stuff. Not the stuff that I wanted though. For a decent bag. So I still don't got a bag. Still don't got a decent bag. Oh well. Never mind. The search continues. Carry on, sir. Well, it wasn't the prettiest thing, I'll not deny it, but I got a field backpack, which, you know, has, why won't this? Oh, because I've got the compensator on, that's why. Oh, I don't want it anyway. Yeah, I have the 90 capacity field backpack. So, hooray! I finally got a bag, and what a bag, what a bag, what a bag. Anyway, yeah, on the road again. Yeah, man, I don't know, I must go back and check about how far away you can hear helicopters, because, ooh, look at that. Because I heard that from the other side of Adamau. I was way out there. Way out in the field out there, and I heard that helicopter come down, and the servers just restarted, and I've just come onto the server, so I was vaguely hoping that that no one would be around and would be listening out for that. Well, so here we are. We're on the outskirts of a town. Which is what's the town called? The town is called Olzanka. And that is the military castle that we're going to be going and paying a visit to eventually, to see if we can get some nades. But first, we're going to have a little wander around here and see what we can find, seeing as we've never been here before. I did just stumble across a fire barrel, and the fire barrel is still warm. That said, there has been a server restart not a million moons ago. I don't know if the fire barrel would stay. I think it would, because it's been modified. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there is anybody around here. But I guess we're going to find out. So, I realized that that was I think our original spawn or something. Remember? We went around this little town before. We have been around this town before. I think it was my original character, original spawn. Yeah, and then we went and did that, and then we went across the river. So we have been here before. So you have seen it before. So you probably don't need to see it again. So yeah, we'll move on, and I'll get over to the military castle, and we'll see how we do, shall we? Kia ora again. So here we are up at what is it, Copa, and you can see that people are building a base up here. I've been inside, and there's no grenades. I mean, I don't get it. It's like this server is a ghost town most times. There's like maybe 10 people on it. 15 maximum, which is, you know, the server can hold up to 60. I've never seen 20 or above. So it's hardly exactly what I would call pumping. And there's not that many servers in this region. Don't want to get cut. So I'm totally baffled as to why there are so many bases and why there are people doing so many big bases. Because we've got the big bases down in Topolin on top of the tower blocks, at least 3 of them, and another one in a shed. We've got the big base in the woods out of Topolin. We've got this base that people are trying to put up over here, which looks ambitiously like it's going to be relatively large-ish, and they're gathering a lot of stuff together to put in barbed wire and whatnot. There's a big base down in Nadebor in a shed. You know, there's so many large bases going up, and I don't know who's doing all this that has the time. I really don't. Yeah, I don't know what to do about it because I'm kind of at a bit of a loss. I mean, I guess we need to do more, figure out more when it comes to raiding bases and the tactics for doing that. And, you know, do we try and do watchtowers and go over the top? Kind of hard on this one. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go in here, but I'm not hopeful because there's usually not a lot of stuff in here. But right, well that was Copa, and as you can see, I took a bit of a beating getting out of there, which was yeah, not my favorite time. But that's okay. We didn't get anything we wanted. Which is just, that's even worse than not. Yeah. Anyway, so where are we going now? Let's sit and have a look at the map and have a little thinky poo about this. Tarnow, wasn't it? The military base on the road to Tarnow. So we are, I don't know why it keeps taking me to Svarog. We are not at Kliniska. We are here. No, we're not. We are here. Copa. So what we need to do is, there's a military complex there, but I don't really think it's barracks. I think it's many engineering workshops, if I recall correctly. I mean, they might have grenades, but dubious. This might be something up here, Kruznik. I've not been there, so we probably need to. Is that like a little military establishment outside Nidek? Should we head across to Nidek and have a look at Nidek, and then possibly go over to Zapadisco? Zapadisco, I think it's Zapadlisko, and then up the road to Kruznik, and then possibly there if we make it, because that's it for as many military bases as I know about. And then if we're over here through Tarnow, takes us to Graben, and we could come back over this side, following the red route and picking up the things that that I said that I may well have left behind, and then we'll find ourselves back at our base, and at that point we might have a little thinky poo if we make it that far. Okay, so Nidek is southeast. So where's the southeast? Over that way. Let's try and get better while we're going this way. I'll see you soon. So we're here in Nidek, and Nidek is a ruin. And it's also been gassed. So you're gonna have to be careful with Nidek. But yeah, it's trashed. Absolutely trashed. So I don't know that there's a lot of stuff in here for what I want, and I don't want to really have to go further in there because of the gas and me not being in a particularly well state and not having a blood bag and anything else. So we might just give Nidek a little bit of a skip for now, and we will head on up the line to Zapadlisko instead, in the rain, because, you know, that's the kind of thing we do, right? Alright, let's get on with it. Here again, here we are, Zapadlisko. Let's have a look, shall we? A lot of it looks ruined. These central towns look kind of ruined. Right, yeah, I don't think there's an awful lot here. So I'm not going to spend an awful lot more time looking around. So that's Zapadlisko. So we want to go up the hill to Kruznik, which is up past the church. So we're going to head back up to the church on the hill, and we're going to check out whatever that is at Kruznik, which I think seems to have a perimeter fence and seems to be military in nature. So we're going to go do that, and I'll call you back in when we get there. See you soon. So I was just heading out here, and I found an assault helmet, which is great. I think I can swap that, which is jolly good, and I can get rid of that. But I also found this hiking backpack, which has one of these things in it, which is a cooking pot. And it also seems to have some 9mm rounds, which I don't want. It's just like somebody just dropped a very useful pack, which is odd. And far be it from me to make any comment, because cooking pots are awesome. So I don't know what that's about, but I'm not going to question it. So someone dropped a backpack and didn't want it anymore. Fine, suit yourself, I guess. I don't know what they were doing, but yeah, suit yourself. So we're coming up the road to Krisnik. It looks like some kind of radio station or SAM station, radar station. I don't know. There's some walls. I saw some walls as we came over the rise, and there's there we go. There's the walls. There's some towers, obviously. So yeah, this could be like the SAM station up at Tizzy. Right, so no, nothing there. It's interesting though. I mean, definitely interesting. But no. So we are heading across here. Last military base that I know about. Is that a gully or a ridge? We're gonna find out because I think we're going down here, aren't we? Where are we? So I told you we could do it. You didn't believe me. But yeah, it's mostly engineering workshops, so I don't know. I can't see this, and it's gas down at the bottom. I don't know when that happened. It might clear by the time we get down there, but. Uh-oh. It's gone a bit pink. Yep, they're gonna gas the place. That's where we were. Run! Oh, we're all good. Yeah, man. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention, because that was, you see, as soon as I noticed everything was going a bit funny shade of pink, so that's the warning sign that there's an incoming gas strike. It's supposed to be a red flare in the sky, but it doesn't always seem to pan out so well in terms of the graphics. So while we're talking about that, we'll go and have a little bit of a rest over here by the trees, and we'll have a little bit of a wait, because this is going to take a while, obviously. So as I am recording this, and maybe you will see in the bottom left hand corner if it comes up, it's the 4th of October. The servers will go offline for an update. Now the experimental 1.23 update is being released, and I can only assume that that's why the servers are going briefly offline. And you can go and check out the update on the official forums and official websites, and watch some of the stuff that the content creators have been looking at, and no doubt will be sharing from the 1.23 experimental, which we don't get on PlayStation, but they do get on Xbox, and they do get on PC, and some of the changes that are coming to that. Nothing particularly for Livonia in and of itself, although the skybox is changing. So this sort of diffuse kind of blue and white haze that we get for a sky is going to be replaced with something which is, as a lot of people have said, I mean, it's almost photorealistic. I'll be interested to see what the night sky in particular looks like on a clear night. But the regular daytime skies and the clouds and things, I think some people have said that the Livonia clouds seem to be a little bit more fluffy, but that might just be a cycle. It might cycle through different kinds of clouds. I mean, the clouds in the sky are never always the same, right? And you have obviously active weather in DayZ, so as storms come in and go away, the clouds will change, the visibility will change. Whether we get more fog or less fog hasn't been explained. There's a haze, but my understanding from listening to developers is that, well, and artists as well, CGI artists and stuff like that, is that haze helps define distance. So if you look out your window and you can look a long distance, things get hazier. It helps your eyes define distance and so on. Whether that changes on clear days or not, I don't know. There'll presumably always be a background haze to denote distance, and that's fine. And presumably with the changes to the skybox, changes in the ground shading might come along. You know, the accuracy of where the light is coming from, and the extent of the shadows and or not shadows and so on. How the shadows react on the light and shadows react on the leaves of the bushes and things here. I don't know. Anyway, that's probably the biggest change that's going to affect Livonia. There's a trenching shovel. Hooray! There's a trenching... Was I not just mentioning about a trenching shovel? Yeah, so a smaller trenching shovel, which apparently there used to be one in the game, and then they took it out, now they're bringing it back again. So that's fine. There's a different type of headgear, which is coming along. 2 different types of headgear that's coming along. And apparently there's a mysterious new weapon that no doubt someone will find during the 1.23 experimental and let the cat out of the bag, so we never get the chance to find it ourselves. But there you go. Such it is in DayZ. Yeah, so that's what's going to be happening when the full 1.23 version lands. Don't know, anybody's guess. The 1.22 update took quite a bit longer to come out than I thought anyway, but they did have a monumental list of bug fixes, so I guess we'll see after experimental's been out for a week what the bug list looks like. Obviously the big thing everybody's talking about is the rework of the Northwest Airfield, which they said they were going to do this year, and they have done it, and apparently it's back to something which is a lot smaller and a lot more refined, and a lot more like the original Northwest Airfield was in the original game, which condenses the area and apparently puts people into closer proximity to each other. But that's not where we're going to be. We're not going to be at Chernarus. Maybe another time, but not this time. So that, yeah, that's it. So that means a few things. One thing is we don't know about is yet, or I haven't heard yet, but I will check the forums and let you know, is we do not know if there will be a server wipe of the Livonia servers. Now, I'm of the opinion that they have to wipe the Chernarus servers because the changes to the Northwest Airfield are too large to accommodate any other way, but I'm not a developer, but we'll see. I would imagine Chernarus has to be wiped. The Livonia servers, I don't know how much the two rely on each other. there's the question about the skybox is an interesting one. If the changes to the software implementation for the skybox is so large that they have to wipe, I guess they will. Um, but that's the only thing I can think of. Introducing some new items, I can't really see that needing a complete server wipe. Because obviously what a server wipe means for us is no more base. No more base. So, no more base raids. No more base raids. But it does mean, after a wipe, when we come back, we start afresh. So we can pick a new base. We will be up to speed with where the new base builders are going to go and build bases. And I dare say that some people will aim to go and build bases in the same place that they are now. Nade bore, the trees outside Topolan, the tower blocks in Topolan, that kind of thing. So that will mean we have a better chance of developing along with those base builders and developing the opportunity to implement hitting those bases and how we hit those bases. So that is, I think, going to be the focus of this season from now, is base raiding. We're not very good at it, as we have seen. I think there are different tactics that we can use. We need to find a solo method of raiding bases that is going to work for us and be efficient. I'm going to carry on from here down to Tarnow and to Graben and back round again, like I said I would. But we need to use the time we have from now until the introduction of 1.23 and possibly a server wipe. There we go. The console official servers will go offline for a console update on October 4th, starting at 2 o'clock CEST. Well, I'm nowhere near CEST, but that's some good time away from where I am in the Asia Pacific basin. But it will come around. It's about 9 hours from now, my time. So yeah, so that's what I want to do, and that's what I want to be the focus. Normally, I would say I will start a new season at a new wipe, because it will be season for 1.23. I'll have a think about that. It kind of might like be season 3B, 3.1. I don't know. I'll have a think, because it's not really. We're going to need a new character, and we're going to carry on and everything if there's a server wipe, but it's still going to be the same thing with more or less the same plan, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, this cloud's going to be around for a while, which is incredibly boring for you, but I do want to get down into those bases, so I am going to wait here. So I'll probably do some inventory management and twiddle my thumbs. I mean, I can't believe there's yet another camo net down there, and I just... What am I going to do? I've got... Anyway, that's not for... I'll be back soon. See ya. Well, the gas cloud cleared and I went around. No grenades. Still no grenades. I did manage to clear enough space for that camo net, so I've got 3 camo nets. Yay! That's what, 5 out of 8. Not bad. But yeah, no grenades. So we're heading over to Tarnow. I want to hit the bottom of Tarnow because I realize that I have no bandages. I have rags, which is fine, but I have no bandages, which are a little bit quicker. And I don't have a blood bag. So the only treatment for pox, if you don't have the pox antidote, is a blood bag. And I don't got one. So if I had not been as quick as I was on that gas strike, I could have got pox, which is not good. So I need to sort that out. So we'll head over to Tarnow and see what we get, and I'll call you in soon. Ta-da-da-da. Okay, well we're now leaving Tarnow. Goodbye, Tarnow. That's the medical at the top of the town. And we're heading off towards Graben. So, so I've got blood collection kit, which is kind of good. So I got a blood collection kit. The perhaps only issue that arose is I have the kit, but I do not have the IV starter. So there you go. So hello, Vicar. So maybe we can pick one up and grab him. So that's where we're headed. We're heading down the road to Graben, which is this way. So yeah, so that's it. So, nades, huh? Where does one find a ready supply of nades? You know, I don't want to. I don't want to have to, you know, run up and down the red route to Svarog every time I want some grenades. Albeit I did find a lot of grenades there. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, maybe we need to find a way to do this a little bit faster. Not faster. Grenades are fast if you have them. Perhaps in a way that involves less reliance on grenades, which is rare. So I guess, again, in DayZ, it's not about it is not about the getting the thing that you need to do the thing, as much as I'm going the wrong way. As much as you want to go this way. I did this last time. I went the wrong way out of town. As much as while we're running around, I'm happy to pick up grenades, and when we have a stack of like 10, we can go, hey, we got 10 grenades, we can raid a base. As opposed to, we want to raid a base, let's go and get some grenades, and then you spend hours and hours trying to find grenades. I think what we need to do is consider the watchtower idea. I mean, it's probably the not fastest. I need to stop saying that. It's probably the way that involves the least amount of running around hunting things. I could have probably ran around Topolin and Bialawa and Zalisi and picked up enough assortment of hammers, hatchets and saws to build a watchtower, because you're only doing it once. And then we can climb into somewhere. You can climb into an open base, like the one in the woods, like my base. You could climb into, but you can't climb into the tower block bases in Topolin, for example, because they are there's no way in over the top. You got to go in through the front, and that's why building inside a building is more secure than building outside, because you do that. So yeah, so look, it might require a little bit of testing on my part, which I'm happy to do, and I'm happy to do that off camera and do all the bits and pieces that I need to do out in the wilds and the sticks and the whereabouts and the what fors. That's no dramas. And then, you know, we try a few things, and some of them will work and some of them will not work. And that is DayZ, and some people hit on a way that works for them beautifully, and some people do not. So yeah, so that's the plan. So as I said, what we will do is we'll head through Graben, see if I can get an IV start kit in Graben, and then we will, because I'm fully loaded now, I've got everything I need, so we will head over to where my freshie stashes are and see if there is anything there that I want to swap out or bring back, and including the stuff that I have already buried. And we will head along the red route to outside of Ganiska, which is where my other stash is, and we will check that out. And then we will head on back to the base, stash what gear we have, and I will maybe do a few trials on exactly how many resources I need to make a watchtower and how long it takes to make one. And we can always give that a go, right? Right? So yeah, all of that is probably not very exciting for you. So what I might do is I will see how things go, but there's probably every likelihood that I will not bring you back till we get back to base. So I will say see you soon, because you will see me very soon. But from my perspective, it will be a very long journey. So I will see you then. Ta-ta! Alright, Cura team. Well, we're back at base, and look, I picked up a whole slew of camo netting. So we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and my gate, 7. We just got this one little panel. So we've nearly got everything. You know, which is pretty good. So you know, it's still there. All of my stuff is still there. Largely left alone. No one's been messing with it. And all of that other stuff that I had, I've taken off and got rid of. I'm keeping some essentials in my cooking pot and in my frying pan, and I've picked up 3 sharpening stones, and I have what I have about my person. I'm short leather kit. I think whoever robbed my base took my leather kit as well, because my jungle boots are badly damaged, so I had to pick up a pair of trail shoes along the way, which is fine. They, you know, my jungle boots are badly damaged. They're not completely ruined, so I've saved them. I just need some leather. So anyway, that's it for this one. It's been a bit of a journey, and sadly, we didn't get what we wanted, which goes to show something. Maybe it's not the greatest tactic. Maybe it's not the right tactic for us. Let's say that. Maybe it's not the right tactic for us for this situation. You know, and I haven't been up to that base to have a look at it. But let's deal with that base first, before we worry about the bases into Poland, because if we can crack that base, maybe they have supplies that we can use to crack that base, etc., etc. So yeah, that's it. So I think that's what this season's going to be, base building and base cracking. I think that's sort of where we're at. It's something we need to do a bit of. So we may as well do it here. We may as well make it part of this season. And that's I think where my focus is going to be on getting honed up with these kinds of skills and add this to our skill set, so the next time we run across the base we can go, hey, here's what we're going to do, here's how many grenades we need, here's how much supplies we need, here's what I need to do, and then when I find those things I can say, hey, I finally got that stuff, we can go and crack that base we were talking about, rather than all the guesswork, which is what it's currently at. So there you go, 500 hours of gameplay to get here. Right, well that's it. I'm going to call it for now. Like I said, I've got a bit of experimenting to do, which is probably a bit boring. But once I have sorted that all out, and I have plenty of building supplies in there, provided nobody breaks in and ruins anything. Once I have sorted out the experiments and figured out exactly what it is that I need to know, we'll come back and have a look at what we need to do about that, shall we? So it might be a few days, so don't worry if you haven't seen me in a few days, because I'm probably still experimenting. Enjoy. Read up on 1.23. Enjoy the previews on the experimental update from all the PC and Xbone users who get the opportunity to trial this stuff, but because Sony are so tight-fisted and they won't let anybody see the code, we don't either. So, bit annoying. We don't get to do that, but there you go. Alright, please drop a like. Do subscribe. Any comments are welcome in any language. Some people are responding in languages that I know very little about, but Google Translate is marvelous. So any language, feel free. And I'll see you all again real soon. Ta-ta for now. PlayStation